Just here. Oh, where is he? Here. Recording is begun, and
Okay.
Laura's video is going away, and Laura's mute is about to happen.
Okay,
There's the agenda.
good. Okay, there you go. You got it, Dorit?
I can start talking. Is it 6:30 yet? It's
It-
6:29, so maybe we'll whistle for another minute until 6:30.
Okay, doke.
Or Jeff
Well-
could tell us how his new job is.
Yes.
It's kind of quiet right now with COVID. Makes it harder to get used to a new area.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right, it's 6:30. Do you guys
Okay.
mind if we call the meeting to order now and late people will just have to deal? Cool,
Start on time.
because I resent late people anyway, always
Start
have.
on time. Start on time.
All right, so this is the United Neighborhoods Neighborhood Council Recreation and Parks Committee. We've been in existence in its modern form for maybe 4 months now. So this is about our 4th or 5th meeting. My name is Dorit. I am the co-chair of this meeting, and I'm also on the UNNC board, and I live in the Sugar Hill area of UNNC, which is basically Harvard Heights, where Harvard Heights meets West Adams. Greg?
Okay, my name is Greg Jackson, and Dorit says she's the co-chair. I am not the co-chair, but I am serving as the co-chair, providing assistance with the meeting. And I live in Western Heights.
Callie, would you like to introduce yourself? If whatever you feel comfortable with.
Sure. Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Kali Connor, and I live directly across the street from the South Seas house. So our front doors face each other. And so I've been here for about 2 years. I'm really passionate about the area, and this is my first Zoom call. I've attended a meeting, I believe, before at the I can't remember the name of the house, but I've attended a UNNC meeting. So, all right.
Cool. Jeff?
Jeff Camp, I live in the Avenues, and I'm just here to listen for Benny H. Potter Park. As deputy, I was also involved with Leslie Shaw. So just doing some neighborhood support.
Super duper. Anybody have public comment on non-agenda items? Anything related to the neighborhood, anything that's going on, any information you want to get out to the world? It does not look like it. Oh, I actually did those backwards. I'm sorry. I don't have January's minutes. Actually, in January, all we did was talk about the mission and goals statement. So we'll approve January's minutes in March. We did invite the Rec and Parks leadership. We invited Sharon, who is the leader of this park. She does work during the day, so maybe she couldn't make it to the meeting tonight. And we also invited one of the other supervisors who let me know that this was her week of vacation, but she will try to make other meetings in the future. So that is from leadership. Also invited the senior lead officer and the park rangers, but I will admit I did not give them much notice. I only invited them last week, so I can't be mad at them for not being here. If you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at me. Okay, so I think what everyone really cares about the most, safety and park status. So Kelly, since you're living right there, do you want to tell us what's going on and the concerns of you and your neighbors?
Sure. So I can tell you there was a lot of African-American gang activity in the last couple of months. There was a couple of raids at the park, and that has died down. But lately, I've been seeing a lot of Latin gang members, or what I believe to be. And since February 2nd, when they cleared out the Isidore house, it has I haven't seen as many people going in and out. There is a light on in the upstairs bedroom, it appears, but I'm not sure if there's someone staying there at night or if that was just a light that was left on. But there has been a couple of people parking in front of the house, people going in and out of their car, someone like urinating in front of the house. But other than that, it appears to be quiet right now.
So today it's quiet, but
Yeah,
last
right.
week it wasn't.
Yeah, correct. Like right now is in this week. So today's Tuesday, right? Or
Today's Monday.
Monday. Oh my gosh. Today's Monday. So yeah.
Okay, I'm
Today.
gonna let 2 people in. If I know how to do this, I will be a very lucky person. Oh, Sharon's here. And okay. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't know how to do Zoom. I'm an old lady. I should not be entrusted, but keep going. Sorry.
No, that was pretty much it from my standpoint.
Can I ask you a question? Do you see folks going in and out of the Isadora house?
Who were you asking?
You, Kelly.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. I text Donna every time and I take pictures. So before the raid, yeah, what happened was people were keeping me up at night because they kept coming in and out, and then they were parking, getting in their back seat. I think they were potentially buying drugs and going and doing them in their car. And it was 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, what is this noise? And I realized it was car doors and people had been coming in and out all night. And so I called the police. And then, actually recently, 2 weeks ago, there was a hit and run. Someone hit the car that's parked. Excuse me, let me get it together. There's a car that's parked in front of a house on Arlington. A drunk driver hit the car. I called 911 and the guy pulled over in front of the Benny Potter Park to assess his vehicle. And so I told the neighbors whose car they hit and they ran over there, and I called the police because I thought there was going to be a fight. Like, it's been a lot going on over here.
It does sound like a lot. The only reason I ask is, and I'm assuming when you see someone going in and out of Isadora, you call the cops.
Absolutely. Sometimes I see them coming out, or if I see them remove a window. If I see them go in, I call the cops. But if I see them go out, or if I see them lurking around, I'm not quite sure. So I won't call the cops. I'll text Donna and I'll text the lead officer, or I'll call. But that's pretty much it.
All righty. We had some people join, probably in the waiting room, and I didn't know how to let them in. Sharon, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sharon Nishihara. I'm the supervisor for the Central District. We've been really trying to work with, Donna and then the Rangers and, our staff, the maintenance, and in closing down the South Sea or the Isadora House. We had a big turnout there about a week ago on a Tuesday, and everybody came out, sanitation came out and cleaned out the building in Isadora, and there was a ton of trash in there from squatters. So the police came out first, and then after that, our Rangers went in, then our maintenance went in, and then sanitation went in. And then after they cleaned out everything, IT went in and kind of fixed the alarm, but I think the alarm is still not working good. So Shinnery is on right now. She's the Prin 2 of the Metro region. And she just got approval for us to get the alarm refinished in that building. So hopefully that'll stop it. But I've been sending staff there, and we're going to have a staff in there permanently starting the 15th. And they worked all last week, and they're the ones that called and saw a light on early in the morning around 6 o'clock. And so when the other staff got there around 7:30 to go check with them, the light was off. So we don't know if it was a candle light or light or something, but the Rangers will not come out for that. So we were hoping LAPD would, but I don't believe they did. And but we have maintenance there every morning, and if they see it, we're telling them to take pictures for us.
Sharon, when you say someone's going to be there, are you saying like from 9 to 5, or is it a
Yeah,
24
so
hour
right
staffing?
now we have maintenance there every day from 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. But starting on the 15th, they'll be there from 8 o'clock to 4:30,
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
Okay. That's good to hear. And the raid you said was was
That
on the,
was February the 2nd.
Second, yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Okay, thank you for having, and the staff is just gonna be there as like a keeper to make sure stuff is okay, or are they gonna be, what's the staff's responsibility gonna be?
Well, she's gonna walk her. She used to work there a long time ago. Her name is LaRonda Sutherland, and she was a rec assistant there. I want to say maybe like around 6 or 7, maybe 8 years ago. She was there. You had somebody there named a director there named Marie Tropet.
You're muted, Sharon.
When Marie Tropet was there, she was a director. And she was a rec assistant when Marie Tropet was there. And now she's gonna go in there as a coordinator, and she'll be, walking around, going to the Benny Potter every other day, going in to check the Isadora house because they have the keys to get in there. And but we told them we don't want them in there if they feel somebody's in there. They need to bring backup so they're not going in there by themselves.
So when you guys went in there, LAPD didn't go with you, just park rangers and rec and park staff?
Well, apparently from what Anna wrote to me, that she was in there on the Wednesday or the Friday before, and she actually found some lady in there, like living in there and stuff, but she said they removed them. So when our people went in, but they keep in contact with the Rangers. So the Rangers went in on Tuesday. They were the first ones in there. And then the Rangers cleared out the place before anybody could go in there. And then sanitation went in next. And then our carpenters went in, and then IT went in.
Speaking of IT, forgive me, I'm probably gonna pronounce your name wrong. Shinneron?
Shinnery.
Shinnery,
Yeah,
I'm
Shinnery.
so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Shinnery. Did Sharon say you're the IT person?
No, I'm the acting print too for the Metro region.
Okay,
So I'm just working with IT to allow them the necessary funds so we have additional equipment. So whenever they have to make repairs, they can do so in a timely manner.
all right. So you couldn't fill us in about any of the IT stuff?
No.
Well, IT went in there and they set the alarm, but apparently pieces are broken. They can feel motion, but they can't. It's not going off, because when we went in the next day after they set it, it wasn't going off. The alarm wasn't going off.
All
So that's
righty.
why it's getting repaired.
I'm gonna let other people who came in a little bit late to introduce themselves, who I know, Jasmine Johnson. Hi there. Would you like to introduce yourself? Jasmine? I guess not. And I saw Gavin here. I know Gavin, you're at the park too. And since we are talking about the park safety, if there's
Yes.
anything else anyone wants to add to what's going on or concerns that the community has, Gavin, did you want to say something?
I just wanted to give a little bit of a background and just about the park system itself. It was always LA Parks, and then it was LA Recreation, and then in 1947 it became LA Parks and Recreation. So we're two entities combined as one. So there's beautification of the park and the landscaping and all that, and then there's recreation, which is clubs and classes and clinics. And if there's something that we can do with UNNC to see if there's somebody, if anything, if we can find somebody who does grant writing, who can look at, the idea of the vision of the Isadora House is to make that the children's center. And because it obviously overlooks the park and you can actually view it better, and make the South Seas House the adult center for classes. And so I know through Laura, I have learned about the South Seas House actually got restored through Prop K early childhood development funds. So if there was somebody who can pursue that avenue for grants to help us, even name philanthropy grant for the Isidore House under the auspices of developing a children's center, there may be some state level federal funding, or and then for the adult, not a senior center, but adult classes for the South Seas House. And if there was some way to pursue that avenue through UNNC
Well, we
in
could
terms of a
definitely,
grant writer.
we could definitely have that as part of our mission and goals, something similar to that. So definitely we could address that down the line.
Okay,
Um,
I just want to make sure that there's two separate entities there. There's the beautification of the park, the landscape, and then there's recreation. That's all.
Cool.
Thank you.
Laura, did I see your hand up for a second? You're muted, Laura.
I see. Yeah, I can't raise my blue hand because I'm a host. So two different tracks. Just to sort of supplement what Gavin said, actually what ended up happening on South Seas House after homeless people set a fire, so that's my big concern now at Isidore, is that the community raised funds, a bunch of funds, $1 here, $5 there, $500 here and there, but we raised about $18,000, which would never have restored the house, but also created some partnerships. And at that point, then Councilman Nate Holden was so impressed. He said, stop raising money, hang on to that money and use it later for decorations. And he assigned a staff person to do the grant, look for the grant. So that's my phone, sorry. That's how the money came in. And so that might be a request we could also make now again of CD10, because it was Stacy Anthony, who worked for the CD10 at the time, but also lived in the neighborhood. She was very committed to it. So, and they got $1.7 million, which seems like a really high amount of money for one little house. But that is what happened. My huge concern right now is potential for fire. We just lost another house, or nearly have lost it, probably have lost it, but a major fire, not a city-owned house, but another older character historic house in the community burned from squatters who got cold and set a fire. I mean, they didn't try to burn their house, quote, their house down. They're still living there despite the fact they're now living in fire debris. So, and when Council District 10 spoke to the fire department, because they're trying to ascertain what caused this, what the fire department said is that right now, the fire captain said all they're doing all day long, day after day, is either transporting people with likely COVID to hospitals or putting out literal fires, often at homeless encampments or squatters in houses or other buildings. So I really want to make sure that the Recreation and Parks does not let that happen, please, to the Isidore House. I mean, we're just hyper vigilant right now because we've already had one loss. South Seas House had been burned. So that is my comment. But Gavin is right. It'd be great to find someone who could get some state grants, federal grants.
I'm gonna,
And I'm muting again.
does anyone else have anything else to speak about on their fears or concerns, or maybe we can, because I'd love to start talking about ways that we as a community can help Rec and Parks to keep the houses safe. So does anyone else have any concerns to bring up from things they've witnessed or experienced? Dawn is trying to connect on, so I'm sure she's going to have stuff to say. Hi, Lizzie.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Do you have any? We're talking right now about our concerns of Isidore House being taken over by squatters, and of course, South Seas House, potential for squatters and all that, and the safety of those houses. Looking for ideas and listening to people's concerns. Do you have anything to add today?
Not at this time. I'm here just to listen and support, but if anything comes up, I'll be sure to give my feedback.
Greg, my co-host.
Is with the security issue, should we consider buying security time for the evening hours until the alarm is fixed? Is that something that's in the rec well, in different budgets? Is that an option that we can have? Because having the police respond is always after the fact, but having a security guard there perhaps can be preventive in nature. So are the funds in any pots of the city money that can address that issue?
Rec and park staff?
Yeah, we don't, currently the Metro region, we do not have funds available for security, overnight security, or any security for that matter at this time.
And
Sharon, any ideas?
Shinnery, do you know what the turnaround is on IT coming out after, because I saw IT answered you that they're gonna get going now. Could they send you the quote, right? Or were they giving?
Yes, she didn't, yeah, she sent me she just said that they created the CSR,
Yeah,
but she hasn't let me know the cost or anything. So I can follow up with Pam tomorrow.
okay. Because I think if we find out, like, you know, when IT is able to do it, then we'll be able to get that going. And I really think last time they got it going, but then when squatters went in, they just tore everything
they
off.
tore it up, yeah,
Yeah.
right,
But
right.
if
And
they
so,
can get the funding to fix it, then they'll be out there like as soon as that gets approved, and they'll, you know,
right. But did they destroy it while it was in place?
yeah, they ripped
So
it out the
the
wall.
so the alarm system was working and they went
Yes.
in and tore it up
Yeah,
and it's been destroyed for a month or 2 months
I
or
want to say maybe
5
like
years?
since about October of last year.
Okay, for a
So
while.
about 6 months,
Yeah.
5 months.
Okay.
But
So
they
do
have
we,
motion still. They just can't, it's
Right.
not like alerting anybody. They
Right.
can see it, but it's not alerting anybody.
so do we, so let me press on this issue a little more. So would it be a deterrent to have overlap of security for now and then have the alarm system repaired and then have the security stay for at least a week or two until the alarm system is in place? Was that,
I don't know. I wasn't sure. Somebody sent an email that I read in that said they wanted to make sure that somebody was going in to check the C house in the morning or the Zadora house in the morning. And so again, our maintenance gets in there at 6 a.m.
right.
and they
But-
can, if they see lights on, then they would call, you know, our people. And then somebody asked, well, can the Rangers do it? And the Ranger responded back that he doesn't have the manpower
Right,
to do this.
right,
And so it would have to be LAPD, I would think.
right.
Sharon,
And-
oh, sorry, after Greg.
Well, I
so
just
got a
wanted, like, are there any entities in the city that will authorize security beyond LAPD? Well, this is like a private contractor
Well, then
security.
it would probably have to be LAPD because LAPD does hire their own security.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharon, when your maintenance and when your folks have come out and cleaned it up, did they find, I'm not gonna put it politely, did they find drug paraphernalia or anything like that that might have indicated this was being used for just, you know, people coming and shooting
Yeah,
up?
you know, I can ask them, but I know one thing, they would not let the maintenance in there. We called Clean Harbors, who's a private contractor, to come in and actually remove all this stuff.
So the reason I ask that is if there's illegal activity going on in there, LAPD needs to be part of this.
Right.
Because I know there's squatters that are homeless folks who have no other place to be and they will be in there, and that's, we can contact LASA and some other agencies to see about helping us convince them to move out. But if there's illegal activity going on there, that's straight LAPD. It's,
Right.
there's nothing any other agency really can do about that.
Right, that, I don't know. I thought Anna might be here tonight, but I don't think she is. I thought she was gonna be on tonight.
And
From,
what is her function?
she's the senior lead of the area here.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's been like pretty kept up in touch with our Rangers, because our Rangers
Okay.
would always ask for her to go out first and bring LAPD out before we would go in.
Okay,
Could you put her contact information in the, just send it to me in the chat and I will share it with everybody?
Sure, okay.
And then I will actually put her on this list because I might have sent the invitation to a wrong senior lead officer then.
I see Donna's coming on, trying to get on. Donna's been the
Yeah.
one sending us for anime.
Hi, Donna, you want to share your, we're talking right now about Isadora and South Seas and our concerns, and hopefully we'll get down to doing a game plan. Do you want to share with us?
Yeah, we did have a cleanup there. I'm trying to remember the date, but if you're talking about the Isidore House, I just
Yeah.
got here, so I didn't hear.
They
what you
talked about they've already talked about the cleanup. Yeah.
Well, they did the cleanup. They secured the house. They dealt with the alarm system on both houses. And I've been told we're getting, Sharon here tonight, that we're getting full-time personnel on site.
Yes.
I got an announcement from, I got outreach from the ranger that's there, and I put him in touch with Anna. I let him know that Anna was called before they were, that Anna had gone out and arrested someone in the house. I guess it was a Saturday morning, about a week ago, if I'm correct. We also have a neighbor who has eyes on the house at all times and notices the lighting and such and what's going on. So we've gone a long way. We're working on the camera part of it, but we've gotten a lot of support from the Sharon. So otherwise, we are really happy. Things are going forward. And we're, as I said, working on getting a camera contractor to make it work. Outside of that, having eyes on the place is the best thing we can do.
Donna, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna, after you were done, I was gonna say something, but finish. I'm sorry. I thought you were finished.
Pretty much am. We've done a lot and we're very happy. That place was, from what I've heard, quite a bit was done inside because it needed it. And we just need on-site worker that is watching in addition to the neighbors. So we're plenty of eyes on it, and then getting cameras that are gonna be functional will be very helpful because they're wandering around all hours of the night doing things, so.
Well, Donna, I'm thrilled that you're sounding happy because the last couple of times we've spoken, it wasn't happiness. So this is just making me very happy. I'm happy that you're happy with Sharon.
Oh, yeah.
Could you tell me, when you use the word "we," you're talking about the avenues, right?
Quality of Life Committee for West Adams Avenue.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to write that down and it's hard to write and talk at the same time. Beautiful. So are you're feeling optimistic with the fact that there's going to be a staff there?
Oh, yeah, we're a good way toward what we wanted. Once we get the cameras functional again, Main Park is doing okay, but that side needs the cameras up and running and upgraded. And I think we can.
You know, you
We're
can do
definitely-
you can ask UNNC for
We need a contractor that gives us a plan. That's what we're waiting on. So far, we've got 3 or 4 that, you know, and if next week I'll be working on that part of it. We wanted to make sure that the alarm system, and we actually have some kind of working person who knows the area, knows how to deal with it. Neighbors are doing things, but we needed an on-site, and I'm hearing we're getting one. So that's a big change, because before we kept hearing, well, they're not putting people out unless it's some kind of program running in the space. Well, we've had shootings, we've had a lot of illegal activity, and it's time. So I think they heard us.
When you get ready to pay for those cameras, hopefully sooner than later, because UNNC has some money you can apply to neighborhood purpose grants. And I'm going to put Greg under the bus here and say, contact Greg about how to do the paperwork, since he's our treasurer and smart man. But we have to do it quickly because our year ends June and we have to have all the money. I think we're supposed to be spending it by April. Is that right, Greg? I could be wrong. So the sooner the better, Donna. And
I understand. And I've been working with Carlos as well as a few others. Carlos Carrick, who is a board member, and a few other people from our quality of life. But I'm gonna light this whole thing on fire and start moving faster.
let's not say lighting things on fire because we've had arson already. So let's use other words. Yeah, Laura, you can talk.
Yeah, my goal as the person who sort of organizes our agendas for governing board and executive committee, I'm really hoping that all of the potential funding requests for kind of projects are in hand before the executive committee in March. That doesn't mean we have an April deadline at governing board, but it'd be good to know what we're looking at. We won't know what next year's budget is or what we get at that point, but it may well be that we have to, we have a good amount of money to spend now and that we might have, next to $0 next year. So I'm trying to get a better picture, but not everything will be funded, or else everything will be funded, but aim for executive committee March, which is the
That would be March 16th. So if you could have it
we will, so it's by the Saturday before that.
right. So if you have it to Laura by March 12th, that would be great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Exactly.
I have a few people who are willing to work on it, and Ethan Polk happens to be one of them, who is a neighbor here.
Good.
He
So
has a good knowledge of how to put it together. So
beautiful.
all I need to do is get a good contractor.
So by March 12th, and you've got plenty of people there to support you, but you could also reach out to Greg.
Right.
Right.
And this,
what's going on.
I'm speaking again, sorry. I think this is a different category that allows us to help fund city departments. So I don't know if that's a community project. Anyway,
Let's
this is not
and Greg talk about it.
Right.
Okay. Somebody showed up who hasn't introduced themselves yet. Dan, would you like to just give a shout out of who you are?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm in Jefferson Park. I'm just in my car, so I'm not using video.
Alrighty.
Thanks.
Does anyone have any more to say about the Isadora and South Seas house? Do we want to start? It sounds like you guys already have a game plan. Do we want to think about more of a game plan or a timeline, or is there anything that the UNNC Rec and Parks Committee can do to help?
I think we're really in good shape. Thank you. As far as our area is concerned, unless you can have a good camera contractor or something you'd like to recommend, otherwise.
Nope, I don't. No, I can't do that.
Okay, so we're in good shape. Thank you.
Thank you. Could you give us the senior lead officer's contact information, Donna, for that area?
Yes,
If you could
I'll put it in there.
Thank you, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
Gavin, you're on mute.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I just wanted to reiterate, if there's a way, and I'm not saying for UNNC to pay for a grant writer, but if there's some way even for the committee to reach out to the City of LA grant writing teams or some sort of communication, so we're not doubling up, to see if there's somebody already in existence that does do these things for city properties.
I'm at a loss, but that doesn't mean if you don't put the word, oh, Greg's got his hand up. I'll be quiet.
No, Gavin, when you speak of grants, do you have a list of specific areas that you want the grant writer or grant researchers to work on?
No, I mean, I can research it. The thing is, Antonio Vidagrosa had 12 grant writers and he let them all go, and our city didn't bring any back. So the way you get money from Sacramento, you grant writers, they go and find out what's being approved and what money's there, and they actually get the city to apply for these grants. They don't call us and say, hey, we have money. Do you have a park that needs something? So there needs to be a proactive approach for this hunt and search and peck for the money. And there could be it could be a simple, a silver bullet. One person contacts the city and find out the protocols for getting grants or through the state or through the county. And then, or it can be actually, there are workshops and things that the California nonprofit organization downtown LA has workshops, and maybe one of us can attend the workshops and find out how we can get money for beautification and recreation parks, or even restoring a historic home.
Okay.
Just looking at all the avenues to see, how can we fit our needs into the money, requirements
Thank you.
of a grant.
Thank you, my brother.
Well, I don't know about Greg, but I don't have any other parks. There's no other parks in that we're discussing tonight. No one else has come up with saying anything that they're needing of any assistance or help at the other large park in the area and the couple of pocket parks. So unless Greg's got some more stuff, or if anyone else has got some more things that they want to chat about.
No, I'm just really impressed with the team that came together to work on this, from those people that are watching the neighborhood and from those people that are providing the city leadership and financial support, and Donna and her team. So this is great work. Great work. This is what community is all about. So this makes me feel all warm inside and happy that
Thank
we're
you
here
very
together.
much.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate that.
thank you, Tudor, because I have to tell you something. I've been at the park 18 years and I'm kicking myself. And I'm thinking, why didn't we do this 18 years ago? Form a UNNC committee. So the vision and leadership between you and Laura, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Good job, team.
And Greg is
I'm
definitely
sorry,
here.
I don't know regular.
No, I just show up. And say, yeah, I can do
Greg
that.
Thank
take
you.
more credit than that.
No. Okay, well, that's it then. That's it.
That
That's
would
the
be
agenda.
it. Just Donna, can I send you an email later to get the senior
I'm
leader-
almost finished. I have it just about, I'm putting her email address now, so.
Okay, so we'll hold the meeting open. We'll hold the Zoom call open until you've got that done.
And
But
Donna, who are you chatting it to? Greg or me or Dorit?
It says Laura. I don't
Okay,
know.
well,
It says to
let me
Laura.
look for it then.
Okay.
And just for clarification, just so you know, the head IT person is a Mejia and the senior lead officer is a Mejia. So
Oh,
there's,
wow.
there's Rebecca Mejia and there's
Jeanette.
Anne Marie, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, Bridget, is that what I'm sorry. Thought it was right. So I kept seeing it. I thought, gee, I want, how you try to make things work. I was like, wow, is Anna Maria's real name Bridget? It's like, oh no.
It's right there now, if anybody
Yeah, I see it.
needs
Thank you. I'm grabbing it and sending it out to everyone. And just so everyone understands, sort of the protocols for Zoom meetings for neighborhood councils and governance is that we can't really chat with each other, but you can chat to the host and the host can post, as I just did. And
Okay.
then there it is. So hopefully y'all can see it. If you're only on the phone, the senior lead officer is Anna Maria Mejia, Mejia. Her email, I'll say it slowly, is 33682@lapd.online. So 33682@lapd.online. And you can probably remember that's 5 numbers. The phone number is 323-387-9622.
it'll also be in this month's notes.
Correct. And if you, I don't think people on the phone can save the chat. Anyone else, to save a chat in Zoom if you bring up the chat, you'll then see 3 little dots on the lower right-hand corner. Click on the dots and you can save chat.
All right, so it'll be in this month's minutes as well. Does anyone have any idea, besides Gavin's idea about trying to find funds for all our different rec and parks? Does anyone have any ideas for next month's meeting? It looks like we don't. Well,
Oh,
if anyone,
I have an idea. I have an idea.
okay, go for it.
If we could discuss how the parks can be used in the age of COVID, what the city is endorsing and what the city is advising us not to do in the parks, like, you know, taking our kids to the park and taking our dogs to the park. And
We're full on COVID. We have 40 parks working as COVID centers.
okay,
So
Sharon.
Sharon, is there anyone at the park?
Sorry, that's your expertise. Sorry, Sharon.
Sharon, is there anyone at Rec and Parks we could contact to tell us, to give us an information on that we can share with the public?
I could send you the information. I've sent it to Donna. Donna's always been giving it to everybody at the neighborhood council meetings that she has. And I'll just send you what the latest protocols are.
Cool, you'll send it to Dorit, right?
Yeah, sure.
Beautiful, thank you. Laura?
Yeah, and the little pocket park on Washington by the library is under construction, so it'd be nice to have an update next month.
That would be from CD10, but I'll reach out to them.
Sure. Well, because Billy's not there anymore, obviously.
I know who to reach out to.
Okay, cool.
We'll reach out.
Right, because I've been seeing some chitter chatter on Nextdoor and trying my best not to respond.
I have been responding and I sent them the drawing. And people were
right.
very,
I saw that. Right.
And Laura and Sharon, at the West Adams Avenues meeting, the WA meeting, CD10 Representative Mary Jones was there, and I did ask her, I did explain the procedure that Sharon talked about, getting a park commissioner from our district and our area. And she said that she would put a bug in Mark Ridley Thomas's ear about talking to the mayor about getting somebody from our area to be appointed for the park commission.
Yay, that'd be a great gig to have. Anybody else have ideas for next month or the month after? Hello, Lizzie, what's your idea?
Yes, so I've missed a couple, probably the last 2 months meetings, but I remember our new council person, Mark Ridley Thomas, saying on 2 occasions, and I've shared it with you, Dorit, and I think the rest of the board, that he is committed to work on reopening the Washington Irving Library, the one on Arlington. So I think every month we should have it open, offer it as an agenda item to them so that they can be really on board and give and have them commit to it. He was on my blog canvassing, and I asked him, please open that up for us, for the community. So I can be sure to remind him.
So you want to put an item on the agenda every month for status of the library, status of the
loud and clear that
library.
we are, we are holding up to his promise.
I love your polite form of holding him accountable and or shaming him. I love that.
It can be either or.
I love shaming people who made us promises and make them hold it up. We'll try to figure out how to do that. To put it on the agenda. Update from CD10 on all the things that are going on, including what are we going to do with the closed down Washington Irving Library. Anybody else? Callie, do you got any ideas next month?
Not at this time, but
Feel free to shoot us an email. I don't know if you have my email address or Greg's, but feel free to shoot us an email with anything you any concerns you have with the parks or ideas or things like that, okay?
Okay.
Cool. Dan, do you have any, I know you're driving, so you can't really talk, but do you have any ideas of things we should add to this committee, the Parks Committee? The Parks Committee?
Not at this moment. I kind of want to pop in and just get an idea of everybody that's participating and what's going on.
All right, well, if you
Thank you.
haven't, if you have any ideas, shoot it over, okay?
Thank you.
By the way, West Adams Avenues has their meeting this Wednesday, 7 o'clock. For those that I have their email address, you will get the Zoom address. The other thing is, Council District 8 is doing a vaccine at the Baldwin Hills Mall. Anybody who is qualified to actually get vaccine, please reach out to me and I'll send you the information. It's this week through Council District 8. So if you know
Beautiful.
someone who's trying to get an appointment, it'll be an opportunity to go right in to Baldwin Hills and get the vaccine.
Beautiful.
Sweetness. We're good,
Cool.
Madam Chair?
Mr. Co-Chair? We're co-chairs, Greg. You like it or not, we're co-chairs.
Okay,
Um,
alrighty then. Okay.
I like working with you. Don't desert
That's all
me.
with you.
I think we're done, people. Everyone gets to have, I'm trying to see whose email, oh, Wes Adams. Everyone, you get an hour back or 45 minutes back for your evening.
Awesome.
Thank
Boom.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
everyone
you.
for
Good
coming.
night, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
all right.
Bye.
Bye.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Good evening.
Take care. Night, everyone. Bye. Night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.